Welcome to the Amazingly Alcohol-Free Mother and Daughter podcast. I'm Jaime,
And I'm Jules.
and we're here to share our honest and unfiltered experience of how alcohol has impacted both of our lives and our relationship, and to show you that change is absolutely possible. Our whole lives, my mom, Jules, has always said, we can do anything because we're girls. And now we're not just saying it, we're actually living it every single freaking day. We believe in progress over perfection, and we are proof that we can do hard and often uncomfortable things. Before we jump into today's episode, I want to invite you to join my weekly newsletter. Every week, I share mindset shifts, tools that actually help, and how I navigate the ups and downs of life alcohol free. You'll also get early access to new offers, programs, and events before anyone else. You can sign up using the link in the show notes or at amazinglyalcoholfree.com. Okay, let's dive in. Hi, Jules. How are you?
I am great. How are you doing?
Doing good. You're in Mexico. So this is going to be our quick Mexico check-in because you're on vacation and we're not going to be spending hours recording here. So what I wanted to do today was hear about Mexico because you are, what are you now? You're like 14 months alcohol free and this is your first freaking trip not drinking. And have you drank yet? How are you doing? Tell me all.
I have absolutely not had any alcohol at all. And had everywhere we go, even when we got off the plane at the airport, there were people with trays serving trays of margarita shots, and just for tips and that. And it right then I thought, oh wow, just got off the plane. That sounds kind of good, but no. So I thought, how am I going to feel tomorrow? Very annoyed with myself. And so, no, it's just alcohol is everywhere. It was so funny. We went to dinner last night and I got an iced tea, and uh, he brings, I told him I wanted a little sugar, right? So he brings this shot glass, and it's like got liquid in it. And he said, here's your tequila. And, and I said, oh, he said, I'm just kidding. He said, it's just liquid sugar. So I thought
Oh
that
my
was pretty funny.
God.
Yeah, I have not had alcohol yet, and I have no plans to. But like I said, those margaritas, when you're hot, look, kind of I think about it, I think, that sounds good. But at the same time, I never really taste the alcohol anyway, so I'm not gonna start over with that.
Right. So it sounds like
Todd
you've been.
Todd saw that shot glass on the table right away, and he just looked horrified. And, I figured if it was really tequila, before I talked to the waiter, I thought, Todd can drink it or would leave it or whatever. And then the guy was just, told us a joke. And then Todd was like, oh, he goes, I thought that was tequila. And
Uh-huh.
I know enough
But would you
Spanish,
have
a
drank
little
it?
bit.
Would you have drank it if it was tequila or not drink it?
Absolutely not. No, no way.
Tequila's nasty. Like I mean, we used to go down there all the time. So Jules is in the Puerto Vallarta area in a little cute little beach town called La Cruz by like the marina. But we used to go down and like I used to like take shots every I was never a shot drinker, but oh, it was just horrific. I hated that taste. So I'm glad that you didn't take
Well,
it.
I've always thought hard liquor tastes like poison anyway. But, I would always put, like, mango juice in it, to vodka or
Yeah.
tequila, or, and freeze it, and, that kind of stuff. That's just, like, normal for down here. For me, it's just, at least 3 times a day probably, sitting by the pool or whatever. Um, so, yeah, I'm doing just fine. So far, so good. And it's been what, 1 week today? What is it, Monday?
Yes.
Oh, a
1 week.
week
No, today is
tomorrow.
Tuesday. So
Oh,
yes.
so we've been here 1 week.
Yes. And so far it sounds like you've just been playing the tape forward. Like that is the simplest, my favorite tool is just thinking, okay, if I did drink this tequila or whatever it may be, like how I'm going to feel like the next day. Am I going to feel good about myself? Am I going to just have energy? All those things, right? So that's been your number one go-to is play the tape forward.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome.
Because I
I love
definitely
it.
thought
And
it's not gonna help anything.
yeah, right.
It's going to make
Yes.
me miserable that I did
Yeah.
that. So there's just no way at this point in time that I can even think about doing that.
I'm so happy for you and so freaking proud of you. And so, are you having
You.
fun? Do you feel like you're having as much fun or more fun than when you were drinking in Mexico and doing all the things?
I am absolutely having a blast. And I'm not, you know how like every year I would at least trip and fall on the cobblestones downtown, one of that little old Mexico towns or whatever, different ones. And they
Yeah.
have those little cobblestone things, and I was always tripping and falling and blaming it on my Birkenstocks. And now I feel steady, confident walking around. I don't feel like I'm going to fall any minute or the one time I ended up in the hospital with my knee so bad, that kind of stuff. And I feel strong and steadier. Uh, it's just a whole different world, and I'm just having the best time. Really, and, Todd has I don't know how long it's been since he's really drank anything, and so last night he said, "Do you mind if I?" He goes, "Would you mind if I had a drink at dinner, which is a really nice place?" And I said, "Oh, not at
Yeah.
all." He said,
Yeah.
I said, "Thanks for asking, though.
Mhm.
Asking me about that."
Oh, it's
He said,
pretty
"Well,
cool.
I just don't want to, do anything to, you know, to mess up your your sobriety." And I said, "Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And, I have no problem with that at all if you want to have a drink." So,
But I'm getting a little emotional. Why did that just make me like start to tear up a little bit? That is so amazing that he did that.
well, probably because Todd's kind of, he's not really emotional or wouldn't usually ask me something like that. He'd probably just do it, and but obviously he thinks this is a big deal, even though he hasn't said too much, about it. Um, But obviously, when he saw that shot glass with the sugar in it, that was he was just like, "I thought you weren't drinking." And I said, "Take a sip of this." I
You're like,
said,
I'm
"It's sugar."
not.
It was actually a very amusing moment. Um, this restaurant, it was kind of like upscale, for here for sure, and uh, but the waiters were really funny about it, funny about doing that. "Oh, here's your tequila." I don't know, it's just like so alcohol based here, and of course it's alcohol based if you want it to be, like I've always wanted it to be. It's vacation for 2 months, you're gonna have your mango margaritas. That was my go-to. So anyway, that's that.
Yeah. Oh,
And
well, that's amazing because I know you've gone whale watching. You guys rented a little golf cart. Sounds like you're hanging out at the pool and just having a really good time.
we are having a great time. Just
Oh,
that whale watching experience was just amazing. And I think I told you that, we got closer in and the captain, you want to jump in the water and cool off?" At first I was like, "Hmm." And then I thought, "Wait a minute. I can get down that ladder," because I was worrying, I might not get down the ladder. It was like small, or how would I get back up? And I thought, "You know what? I'm jumping in." Got with a life jacket and and I was gone.
Jules, you're rocking Mexico amazingly alcohol free.
It shocks me really that
Oh,
there's just the whole thing. I had fun before, but there were a lot of things
yeah,
details I didn't really remember. You know,
yeah,
I have a really good memory, but when you're just kind of drinking and
yeah.
doing what you do, and it obviously um it's much safer for me since I've had a couple knee replacements and one's fairly new,
Yeah.
and there's been no falling, no staggering around, no wall walking.
I'm
None of that stuff.
Well, yeah, you're just like when you're drinking at vacation, it's like everything's in a fog. You never feel good, but it sounds like you have more energy, more clarity. It sounds like your relationship with your husband, Todd, is really solid too, just because he's seeing your changes and supporting your changes and like just asking you for permission to drink. Like that's a big deal too. So it sounds like it's been a wonderful experience so far. And you still have a long time to go because you're coming back at the end of April. So
Yeah, that's right. And,
awesome.
our flight, was changed and, for a layover in San Francisco, and usually that would make me, so much anxiety that I just go, obsess about it, and I was just like, "What'd I tell you yesterday? Hey, don't worry, be happy, and you said, 'We'll figure it out.'" And that's that. And
Yeah.
and before it would have been much more anxious in my anxiety. I haven't felt anxious since I've been here. Feel safe and
Yeah.
grounded, you know? It's
Yeah.
a great place to
Yeah.
stay. So clean,
That's
beautiful.
amazing. Yeah, because I know a lot of people right now just because of the was it late last month, with the cartel and everything, but that was 1 day and it's done, but it sounds like since you got there, you're feeling very safe and there's been no issues and anything like that, so which is great because I know a lot of people are canceling their plans to Mexico, but it sounds like you made the right decision. I know we're coming in a few weeks to see you too, and we're keeping an eye on, like, safety and stuff, but it sounds like overall everything is back to normal, back in the Puerto Vallarta area, which is fabulous because I just love it down there so much. The people are absolutely amazing, and it's just a really special place.
They are so nice here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked to a guy that had been here. I think said he was there. Oh, he and his wife were here 9 weeks, and he said when that issue happened with the cartel and the police and that, he said all four entrances to this place had cars on fire, and then he said they just went to the pool and did their thing, and he said by 12 o'clock the next day everything was back to normal.
Totally fun.
But
Yeah.
it was definitely a lot of cartel stuff going on. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, and luckily nobody was injured. Nobody was injured at all, and that's a great sign for sure, but I'm glad that you're able to travel down there and everything is back to normal because that can be scary, especially when you see it on the news, and it seems like and I follow a lot of the groups down there of the different little cities and stuff that we like to go to in towns, and it sounds like the news was a little blown out of proportion. So it sounds like everything's back to normal. So I'm happy that you're able to enjoy it. You're staying alcohol free. Like when you're down there, there's so many excuses to freaking drink and you're not doing it, Jules. I'm so freaking proud of you. You're in your pool hat. You're rocking your sunglasses. And so, because we're professional here. For those listening, we also, if you want to check out episode 6, we talk about sober travel, and Jules and I share some crazy stories about Mexico, some things we shouldn't have been doing in Mexico, and then some tips and tricks about sober travel, which I've been working with Jules on as well. Now she's like rocking vacation. So if you have a vacation coming up, or even thinking about future vacations, listen to that episode. It's really, really good one. And just please reach out to us if you ever need any extra support or have any questions, or if there's any topics do you want to hear. Jules, anything else to say?
I have nothing else to say except for everyone have a great day, and we'll be back, and I'll have more reports on Mexico, I'm sure, soon.
Yay! Yes, and we'll do this, hopefully weekly while Jules is in Mexico with a quick check-in. And then also, just so for the listeners, I have a newsletter that I send out once a week. It's actually more of like a blog. I really put my heart and soul into it and share just what's going on with me and tips and tricks, to deal with like life when it gets lifey and just how to live your best life alcohol free. So the link to the newsletter is in the show notes and also my website if you want to check out any other things that I offer. But have a great day. And just remember, you got this. Keep going and have an amazingly alcohol free week.